buster. Egregious lies, anonymously source. You gotta call Dirty Shit Buster. Scoop, 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 scoop. No lies, no retraction. Scoop, 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 scoop. Per a source that's interesting to know.
Alright guys, it's that time again. The best segment of the week, the one where Donald Wood goes and cries in a corner because he can't handle the truth. It's Dirt Sheet Busters. I'm here with BG. It's just the two of us, you and I.
This is the best segment of the week.
Oh, I love it.
The second half of the show is so much more enjoyable than the first.
It really is.
As soon as I hear him, I'm upset.
And this is what I tell him every week. Just don't show up at all.
Yeah.
And we'll be fine. Just show up for, if we do record a retro, do like a draft or a bracket. That's it.
Yeah.
But, he has an ego.
He's selfish, really.
Very selfish. He knows people don't want to hear him, but it doesn't matter. You know what? Not going to waste my breath anymore on that. We're going to talk about lies, because the Dirt Sheets were running wild this week. It was insane. We're going to start with one from Fightful Select. Netflix wants big stars to be on the Raw debut episode. Do you believe that to be true?
I do believe that to be true.
Me too. I also believe, don't really got to report that. According to Fightful Select, Netflix has reportedly put in a request for some heavy hitters on the men's roster, with CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes high on their wish list. So the three biggest stars. While it might seem obvious, these big names would make the cut, WWE is keeping fans in suspense. The official word from WWE is that final rosters haven't been decided yet.
I don't think WWE's keeping fans in suspense at all. They have the rosters on the show, and then, already for weeks they've been going back and forth on different brands.
Right,
So I don't think WWE hasn't said anything, really. Just, be excited for Raw on Netflix soon.
You're right, they have not, it's fucking still exactly 2 months away, so they're not going to be advertising for specific people that are going to be on that show. We haven't had Survivor Series yet. Haven't had Saturday Night's Main Event yet. They're not advertising for this, but talk from a year ago when they announced the deal was probably gonna have The Rock on that show, just being fucking obvious. So. Oh well,
John Cena confirmed he's on the show. Yeah,
right.
So that's a huge star.
When he made his announcement at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously this is a huge deal for WWE. It's a historic moment. They're gonna want to have as many big stars on as they can. You don't gotta tell us that. You don't gotta tell us that they want the three biggest fucking full-time, quote-unquote, stars in their company on the show. We know.
He's the worst.
This next one's from Wrestling Observer Radio. War Games is gonna be 4-on-4 per our eyes.
Right.
Do you believe this?
Yeah, I do believe it. We've been talking about it for since WrestleMania.
Survivor Series War Games 2024 is gearing up to be a can't-miss event. Can't disagree with that.
Hell yeah.
As WWE prepares to bring the action to Vancouver's Rogers Center on November 30th, but if you're expecting the usual 5-on-5 War Games clash, think again.
Ooh.
According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE is shaking things up this year, planning a 4-on-4 showdown instead. Everything looks like a 4-on-4 rather than a 5-on-5, Meltzer stated, hinting that WWE is going all in on a more focused, tight-knit battle.
Wow.
Well,
he's brilliant.
The Bloodline has had fucking 4 people in it for a long time. And you got Roman and the Usos, and obviously Sami Zayn, which we speculated on for months.
Yep, sure did.
Not too surprised. At some point in the past several months, they could have added somebody else to the new Bloodline, but they didn't. So, it was kind of clear that they were going this direction.
I'm very happy they didn't, and it's only 4-on-4.
Yeah.
Because, Cody teaming, because he would be the only other person.
Yeah.
Really. And that would not be, or Cody with Roman, and then maybe Kevin Owens going to the other side, which would be after everything that's happened, I wouldn't really enjoy that.
Yeah, I think the only thing that would have made it okay is if The Rock would have been involved.
Right.
But it just wasn't going to happen. I agree. Cody involved, would ruin it, because the beauty of it is, you have the same guys from the Bloodline War Games match a couple years ago, and now they're going against the Bloodline. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Melt's a fucking idiot.
Right, it's fucking obvious. You don't have to tell us this. We know.
Yep.
It gets worse for him today. I'll just let you know that. This one's from Fightful Select, though. BG, I want you to guess how Drew McIntyre is doing.
I think he's healing from his wounds. He had like 14 staples placed in his skull.
That's how he's doing?
I bet. I guess recuperating is how he's... I don't know.
Okay.
Healing is how he's doing? Yeah,
Drew
mending.
Drew McIntyre has been seen on WWE programming since his match against CM Punk at the 2024 Bad Blood Premium Live event early last month, losing in a Hell in a Cell match, left him needing 16 stitches following a major laceration on his head. Wow. Fightful Select has provided some insight on Drew McIntyre's current status and whereabouts, with the word being that he is doing good.
Oh, good for him.
Doing good. It was noted that McIntyre had gone through some personal losses, so he was away in Europe to spend time with his family, whilst also healing up from the cut on his head. So there you go. The healing, they mentioned it.
Yeah.
It isn't known whether or not his absence from WWE was planned, and there's no news on when he will be back in the fold on Monday Night Raw. So, literally no information other than to say, doing good.
Doing good, but like they also say he was dealing
his
with
whole family died.
losses.
Doing good.
Yeah, I'm like that doesn't make I'm just confused. He's clearly in. He's mending, really.
Mending, healing, doing good.
But he's doing good.
Doing good.
That's a weird report.
I hope he is doing good.
Yeah, I hope so. After everything that they just told me that's happening in his life, it sounds like it's fucking miserable.
I don't feel like Fightful spoke to Drew McIntyre or anybody from Drew McIntyre's family to actually know that he's doing good. So
that's true.
Yeah. Oh my god, AJ Styles. I hope he's healing.
I hope he's mending.
Yeah. This next one's from Sports Kita.
Oh. What's the story?
They used to do What's the Story? They don't do that anymore, unfortunately.
That's a shame.
But apparently they do reporting sometimes. BG, man, I really wish Jacob Fatu would have wrestled at Crown Jewel.
Oh, I thought I saw him. That's crazy. Okay. He was doing a lot of things that people were like commending him for.
Jacob Fatu will not wrestle at Crown Jewel tonight. The tag team match will be Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. Source: Sportskita's Dr. Chris Featherstone.
I mean, hang it up, because it was never going to happen that he wouldn't wrestle.
Instantly wrong.
That makes no fucking sense that he wouldn't wrestle.
They did this last time. There was a 6-man, and people were like, oh, is he going to wrestle? And he wrestled that time. So...
He was just in the main event of Bad Blood, so it wouldn't make sense for him to be the one not in it. If anything, I feel like, because I thought about this on the way down when they were at ringside, I was like, would be interesting if Solo was like, you know what, I'm going to sit this one out and save it for War Games.
Yeah.
But then it's like, I mean, it's stupid, but like...
It would be dumb on the Bloodlines part to be like, nah, we're not going to be the best guy.
He's the best one.
Right. So I thought, my prediction all along was that Tonga Loa was going to be the one to sit, because that's what happened last time. Mm-hmm. That's what happened.
That's true.
So why do you even report this? Like,
that's wild.
You obviously don't have a good source.
Terrible source. You were very wrong.
Yep. This one's from Fightful Select. BG.
He wrestled at Money in the Bank also.
Yeah.
It was the same. Oh my god.
Like, he's been in huge matches on like every pay-per-view. But yeah.
So stupid.
Let's talk about Crown Jewel match times.
Alright, Mike, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
This might be my favorite thing. Because first off, there's just no reason for them to put anything out there like this. It does no one any good. The show is always going to be about 3 hours. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing match times for? Just to be wrong? Thank you, Fightful Select, for giving us the material. This
was going to be the coup de grace, but something so good came in a little late that I had to bump it up a little bit, but this is still a good one. It's so difficult to correctly predict the exact match time. Mm-hmm. Even if you think you have inside information on this. And then, if you get it exactly right, okay, good job, but you get it wrong, then if it's like a little bit off, then I guess you could try to lie and be like, oh, that includes like entrances. But sometimes they get it really wrong, and then you look like an idiot. So, Fightful Select has provided the official match times, giving insight into how the event's action-packed lineup will unfold. Here's a rundown of the scheduled times for each match on the card. Okay. The OG Bloodline versus the new Bloodline. 30 minutes.
Wow.
Real time? 16:35.
That's really wrong.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of entrances.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'll say this. They're not saying this includes entrances.
They're saying the match time.
They're saying the match time. So even if you include the entrances, I don't think we get to 30 minutes here. WWE Women's Tag Team...
Honestly, I think it was like way over that.
I think
it was like 40, almost 45 minutes of just like the intro.
WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match, 20 minutes. Real time, 12 minutes. There was no way they had 8 minutes of entrances.
Oof.
Yep.
That's really wrong.
Here's another one. Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins, 20 minutes. Real time, 12:20.
Oh man.
12:20. Why do they keep predicting like these round numbers too? It's not going to come out
give us some
that.
seconds.
Yeah, what the hell? Or at least give us like 18 minutes.
Or just do like 15 to 20 minutes.
I guess, yeah. Women's WWE Crown Jewel Championship match, Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan, 15 minutes.
Oh wow, good for them.
Real time, 8:15.
Oh, oof.
It's like half.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, 20 minutes. I don't know what the real time was on that.
Well, they didn't even have the match, so good job. Because that's completely wrong.
I mean...
And their brawl didn't go 20 minutes.
I guess, I guess you could say what the segment time was, but it was not 20 minutes. United States Championship match, LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. 20 minutes!
Wow.
Real time, 9:10. Not even half.
That's crazy.
That's
the most egregious so far.
The main event, the WWE Crown Jewel Championship, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther, 30 minutes. Real time, 23 minutes.
Wow, he wasn't close at all.
No.
For anything.
No.
Not one.
Mm-mm.
And Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, furthest off from the mark.
Yeah, 0.
Yeah. Couldn't even get it right that they weren't going to have the match. Huh? Where's your sources on that one?
If you can get me within 5 minutes on all of them, I could maybe be like, okay, but you're not.
He didn't even... Still, that 5 minutes is a long time for wrestling.
I agree, but like he couldn't even do that.
Couldn't even do it.
So what's your upside?
He couldn't even get to 40% for most.
Couldn't get 10 on a house show.
There you go.
Like, what's the upside of doing a report like this?
You know what? If he listened to our podcast, he would know to stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he doesn't.
Not like Melts, he does. Speaking of,
he listens.
BG.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the coup de grace?
Oh, I am ready for the coup de grace. I'm very happy about this one.
Do you think you know what it is?
Oh, I absolutely know what this is.
Okay. Dave Meltzer, who's a legend in his own mind and would have been a top NFL reporter if not for wrestling, per himself, gets fooled by a fake account and makes an ass out of himself.
Honestly, Mike, been there before.
Well, not like this. Not like this.
Oh, not like this.
But, by the way, I don't know if we mentioned it before, but that little note about being a top NFL reporter, this was like a week or two ago.
Hysterical.
People were asking Melts on Twitter, like, if it wasn't wrestling... Oh, no, somebody said, like, Dave Meltzer, if not for wrestling, it was a dude making popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, actually, I probably would have been a top NFL reporter. And it's like, I was instantly taken aback by that, because I've never heard this man talk about football, or really any sport with any level of intelligence or knowledge of it.
How does he pronounce Mahomes?
There was a little track dropped of Dave mispronouncing Patrick Mahomes' name like 10 times in a row, calling him Patrick Mahones. That's like a fancy way to say mayonnaise. Mahones.
That's so good.
That's the most famous football player in the world right now. So if you can't pronounce his name right, I don't think you were going to be a top NFL reporter. And if you're doing reporting like I'm about to discuss right now, that ain't going to fly with the Schefters and the Ian Rappaports of the world out there.
But Patrick Mahomes has been on Raw before.
So
he's part of wrestling.
The only reason he was talking about Patrick Mahomes was because he was on Raw.
Oh, okay.
And he kept calling him Patrick Mahomes. And then part of like this clip was like Brian Alvarez saying Patrick Mahomes. And Brian Alvarez, like, I don't think he's watched a fucking second of football in his life, and he knows it's Patrick Mahomes. And then Dave still follows up with Patrick Mahomes. This guy would have been a top NFL reporter. And the same thing that he always does, he's like, the greatest sports writer of the past 50 years said I was good. That Frank DeFord guy who was well regarded. It's like, yeah, everybody fucking gets one wrong once in a while, buddy.
Tell us what else got wrong.
I'll tell you right now. Okay. So, there's this tweet that made the rounds a little bit. Because you know how sometimes there's legitimate kind of like news, Twitters, and then parodies will be made of it with very similar looking names, and they often trick people. Mm-hmm. Well, there's one called Wessel Votes without the R. Wessel Votes instead of Wrestle Votes. And they tweeted, WWE has just announced that next year's Backlash will be hosted by Japan in the Tokyo Dome. Okay. You would think, who has their finger on the pulse of Japan in the Tokyo Dome more than Dave Meltzer? All right.
He claims to.
Dave follows up with a tweet. 2025 Backlash will be at the Tokyo Dome. He does not say.
So he doesn't source
by the way,
like that?
He doesn't say 2025 Backlash will be at the Tokyo Dome per Wrestle Votes or Wessel Votes. He doesn't say 2025 Backlash will be at the Tokyo Dome as announced by WWE. He says 2025 Backlash will be at the Tokyo Dome as if he got this inside information and he is the one reporting it. Okay?
Stealing information over here.
A couple minutes go by. Melts tweets again. Backlash tweet was apparently fake. Which one? Yours or the other one?
So, okay. Can I stop you right here? Mm-hmm. I wasn't aware when I went on Twitter yesterday that Wessel Votes was a thing. I
don't think I was either, but I've seen similar other types of accounts before.
But not even that. I wasn't aware of their tweet at all. I only saw Meltzer's tweet.
Right. And that's probably the case for a lot of people, by the way.
Saying that, like, oh, the tweet was a fake. Mm-hmm. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Then I see everyone circulating his own tweet.
Right.
Saying that it's at the Tokyo. I'm like, what the fuck? Then you finally get all the Wessel Vote stuff. I'm like, oh, Dave fell for it. You look like a fucking idiot.
Right.
And he won't even say what tweet was fake. So if you only follow Meltz, you would think he's calling his own tweet fake.
Which, by the way, it was, but it was based off a different fake tweet that he stole, essentially.
There's unbelievable chain of events. Mm-hmm. And no accountability whatsoever.
No. He follows it up with one more, by the way.
Oh, he does? Okay.
Confirmed from WWE, the Tokyo Dome thing is fake. Then, that's when he finally decides to reach out to somebody. After Wessel Votes tweets it, after he tweets it as if he's reporting it, and after then he realizes it's fake because somebody probably told him, probably Brian Alvarez told him, hey dude, that's not real, you should take that down. Mm-hmm. Then he decides he's going to reach out to WWE. I think what I would do
Why didn't he reach out initially?
Yes,
if Tokyo Dome is hosting Backlash. That's weird. They've never done that before. Maybe I'll reach out.
Even if I thought it was Wrestle Votes that did the initial tweet and not Wessel Votes, and I thought it was a legitimate account, if I was Dave Meltzer, who purports to have all these inside sources and who's, the greatest and most well-respected journalist in pro wrestling history, I would take 2 fucking minutes out of my day and reach out to whoever my most reliable WWE source is and ask them about it before I tweet it. Because, buddy, you were already beat to the punch by Wessel Votes, so if you take a couple more minutes to confirm, what does it matter? But he proved himself. We've known it. He proved it to us a long time ago. But he proved himself to anybody who thought he still had credibility to be a fraud.
Yep.
Because he took a fake tweet that he thought was real, he tweeted it, he stole the quote-unquote news as if it was his own, didn't look into it at all, and then, it was fake, I confirmed it was fake. Not an apology or anything, by the way.
Nope.
And this is beautiful for us. We love
this is the best thing ever.
I fucking live for this shit. And people who have really come around and Eric Bischoff he tweets, and Cornette at times, tweets some great shit about what a fucking fraud Meltz is, and like Meltz will try to like get sassy with him, and then he pulls something like this, like, you have no leg to stand on, buddy.
No leg to stand.
No leg to stand.
Especially, we went to journalism school, we are journalists, we understand news reporting.
Yep.
And that was not his information, and he clearly did not get information for it, but he sees something, tweets it out, without citing who reported that. And that is just journalism 101, is to cite your things, right? And especially if he was reporting it as like an inside scoop, he would say, per sources.
Right?
Or as confirmed by WWE. None of that, nothing. Then no apology, no follow-up, only, tweet was fake. Well, What do you mean? Which tweet was fake? Your own tweet was fake? You put out a fake tweet and you're supposed to be the number one journalist? That would be like Adam Schefter being like, oh yeah, fucking Giants traded Daniel Jones. Right. And I'd be like, tweet was fake. What the fuck you mean tweet was fake? You lose all credibility.
If he had said, Backlash will be at the Tokyo Dome per WrestleVotes is reporting,
he'd be
then, yeah. Then he's just like, oh, I was just, basically retweeting what I had seen from WrestleVotes. It was a fake account. My bad.
Yeah.
But this is an entirely different and much bigger issue.
Mm-hmm. If that's all he did, this wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm. Fucking pathetic. What a loser.
Absolutely pathetic.
I love it, though. BG, how do we do? Ooh, I love you, Sammy.